Welcome in, Tamers. Today I have the privilege to actually cover the deck that has been featured in the most recent match video. That was, of course, the Machinedramon deck from Andre. That was going up against Tamas, I do believe, who was playing Dogstar, which was a very interesting deck in itself. Didn't quite manage to clutch the victory, but also nor did this one. Spoilers, by the way. Go watch the other video. But yeah, no. So we are covering the Machinedramon deck that Andre was running, and I've got a couple of notes on my other monitor. So if I look away, then of course that will be why. Let's just take a look at this real quick. The outlier that everybody has been wondering about is, of course, the Mother D Reaper. We'll get into why this is run a little bit later. It turns out it wasn't quite what I thought it was for, as I've seen in the past that I've seen him run, but nonetheless the Mother sticks in the deck for a multitude of reasons, I'll tell you that, but it'll be interesting to see the actual reasoning. Other than that, it looks like we are running the pretty much standard Machinedramon build. We've got a very, very heavy top end, as we'd expect, along with the Quartz to be able to lock out the game state if need be, because of course Quartz can go over any Chaosmon or Chaosdramon X antibody, because it is a black as well. So that of course would evolve to 6, but you're locking out the game state anyway, so it's your condition to just survive, basically. Let's put it that way. On top of that, we're running the 4 Analog Mans. Not quite the Marvin Jacksons, but I can explain my thought process behind this as well. But I think Andre is looking to run the Marvins in the future anyway. Other than that, we've got our pretty standard level 5 red blacks. Not anything special. Machinedramon is, of course, a very, very nice tech. I do like it. It's not bad at all. But then, of course, you see that we have the purple Blackwall Growlmons. We can get into this a little bit later. This card is kind of wild, I'll be honest. It allows Machinedramon to be so aggressive for no reason whatsoever. It's just not needed. And then, of course, to top it off, we've got the ties and the Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. Very nice. You may notice, however, this doesn't have the evolution line, like, at all. Again, because Mother's the egg, whoop-de-doo, but this doesn't have the evolution line at all, so this is a hard drop, aggro, heavy deck, and I am here for it. It's a great deck. As much as I hate Machinedramon, don't get me wrong, Andre plays it absolutely superbly. Go watch my video if you haven't already. I'll leave a card in the top, what is it these days, top right? Is that where it comes from, top right? Go watch it, give it some love, give Andre some support as well. So, let's jump into this. The stuff that I have here, he says, there's nothing much to it. It is a troll deck, and I think the Digivolving line is less fragile. I fully agree with him, because you're having to hard drop these big bodies just to get your line going. The Machinedramon's not bad, because it allows you to play out the Tamer, of course, and then you evolve straight into one of your level 6s, but that's, like he says, this is a lot more fragile, because your opponent just responds with, say, a red nuke that destroys a 6k, or a bounce that returns it to hand. Not quite what you're really wanting to see. The advantage of the deck is that it's really rare that you lack a level 6 in hand. Of course, that is because you're running 4, another 4, so 8, 11, 14 level 6s, and then of course you've got Quartzmon on top, so you're not going to be lacking those at all. It happened in the second match in the video, spoilers once again of course, but of course it's super, super rare that he lacks a level 5 within the stacks, which is the most important bit, of course. That's like the crux of the deck. This whole deck revolves around you seeing level 5. Bro, the rest of the deck is level 5s that aren't Mother or Tamers. That's kind of it. So the whole reason I thought Mother was run originally was because of the blue card. Now blue card, if we look it up here, thanks to the lovely simulator from Hoang and the team, of course, I realize that typing blue card doesn't help, because it just gives me all of the cards that are blue. Here we go, blue card, of course. If you have a Tamer, you may ignore the requirements. However, Mother is, of course, the normal white source. Then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a non-white Digimon after you reveal the top 5 cards. So, going from a level 5 into a Chaos or Machinedramon, very nice. If you don't Digivolve, of course, you can then add one Digimon card among them to your hand. So you're you're searching out a piece that you might need for a 3 cost, with the potential to evolve for 3 instead of a 4 if it's a Chaosdramon, or even a 5 if it's a Chaosdramon X antibody. I mean, Machinedramons are pretty safe anyway, but that's by the by. This is because he wants to maximize the Black Tamers within the deck. He didn't quite think 2 ties were enough. Long and the short of it, otherwise he would be running 2 ties and 2 blue cards, or a different option like Hyper Infinity Cannon, which again in itself is a very strong card. If we look at this card itself, where you have a level 6 with Machine, DG Evolve 3, then do a bunch of other stuff and delete your opponent's Digimon. Very, very strong. Very, very strong indeed. Now, not only that, Mother, lovely Mother D Reaper, does of course allow you to use the Black War Growlmon that we talked about earlier, and its deletion effect to unsuspend. Of course, the Black War Growlmon, its inherited effect, once per turn you may delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. Like I said, when it comes to the aggression of this deck, it's unreal. It's unprecedented how much you can do, especially when it comes to having on the Metal Tyrannomon in the deck as well. And just, you get the additional DP, you get, what else have you got here? You've got the ability to attack over somewhere, attack over your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. You've got the ability to kill off 3 costs or less, sorry. You get piercing. It's unreal just how much this deck can stack itself so quick. Black War Growlmon just enables this a lot more because you're deleting a Mother. And because you're hatching a Mother and pushing out a Mother every other turn, it's kind of just wild. Now, you can't load this off of the Machinedramon or the Chaosdramon. That is unfortunate, so you do have to get into Chaos X and load it off of its once per turn, thanks to it being just a Cyborg or Machine. Chaos and Machinedramon, of course, do specify red or black Digimon. Mother, back to Mother once again, he does of course protect against early raids, like the War Greymon, because they tend to try and raid over with like 8,000-9,000, possibly 10, which is still very strong over some of your level 5s. But if you have Mother out on field, of course, she is a 15k body on the field. That means that your opponent cannot raid over it. 15k is kind of really strong at the moment as well. We don't see it get beaten quite a lot, and that's where it comes in handy, especially with the raid, because even if they raid and kill a Mother, you don't mind that much, because you're not losing your stack. Now, I'm not a Machinedramon player, but to me that seems pretty good. Alright, yes, if you're in Chaosdramon X Antibody, you might want them to try and raid over your stack so you can protect and, of course, kill off one of their security or whatever because you're trashing the stuff, but I don't know. I feel like them swinging over Mother isn't that bad. Yes, it works well with the Black War Growl, but again, it's a very, very nice protection. I like what Andre was thinking of here. Basically, to sum it up, this deck has been very, very good. You've got your basic stuff, you've got the crux of the deck, that's the main thing. Your game plan is no different, you're just not evolving, which, yes, you're losing hand power, I guess, but again, the utility of like Mamemon to get your tamers down, the whole just hard dropping a Machinedramon turn 2, for example, what's your opponent going to respond with on turn 2? Not too much, really. Quartzmon locks down the board for those wide boards, such as Commandramon, where you're going to be getting a lot more memory back just from evolving into Quartz. Then again, if you go into a Quartz with a machine stack, then you're gaining back tons of stuff anyway. Like, if you don't end up swinging with Quartzmon, it becomes a blocker thanks to this Metal Greymon. If the Quartz survives, then you can just swing through your opponent's Digimon and kill them off and slowly burn them with Metal Tyrannomon. Volcanic Dramon, of course, gives it +1 security attack on the Quartzmon. It's unreal. It just locks the board out for no reason. But in summary, and looking to the future, BT15 especially allows for this sort of playstyle, especially with the new tamer of Marvin Jackson, but also the new option card that gets run with Machinedramon, which I can't remember what it is for the life of me right now. What's the new machine option? It's the one that lets you like play level 5s or whatever. It's kind of unreal. But I want to thank Andre once again for taking the time out of his day just to give me these notes and to give me this deck profile. I know a lot of people have been asking for it, but this is it, and we will see where it goes in the future. Once again, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm going to get the hashtag out, and we'll catch you in the next one.